Robertson. Oh, she's a heck of a lot of fun, Jeanne Robertson.
How about now?
Okay, Patrick's having an absolute heart attack over there. Can you hear me now?
They start signing, Jeanne.
What? I can sign. I can sign. I sure can, but good morning. Yes. 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 We can hear now.
Tell them we need some more yeses before I can start breathing again. Can y'all hear us?
Sure. They say yes. They can do it. Well,
welcome to the show.
I don't want to say this in front of Patrick, but you get what you pay for. I'm sorry. Hey, Patrick, not many other people would have come here 26 weeks in a row on Saturdays and helped me. And it's always just an extra plus if they can hear.
Most people are working.
I know. No, they're not. So we're glad you're here. We have a full day and it's going to be fun. And everybody did seem to enjoy last week when my sister Catherine came and she had a good time too. But we have some surprises. Today is Catherine's birthday, but my birthday's coming up on Monday. So forget Catherine's. We've already celebrated hers. We're going for mine today. Got a couple of things we've added to the program, and one is the Southern word of the week. Remember, we've done fixing. I'm fixing supper. I'm fixing to go to work. I'm fixing my hair. And people from other areas of the country don't quite understand that, but we do. And now you also know the difference in fixing something to eat and preparing a meal. Big difference. One's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. The other, you got to cook and do all that. So the word for this week is, are you ready? Mashed. M-A-S-H-E-D. We all know about mashed potatoes because pour gravy on it, just fatten ourselves right on up with gravy and mashed potatoes. It's so good. But in the South, we use it for another term too. We can say, mash your hair down, something's wrong with it. Or put this, but some friends of mine, I didn't realize how much it came out. Some friends of mine, children moved down to Atlanta. And then their grandchildren were little and they were down there. And then, what? Did you say something? Okay. But anyway, they got on an elevator and their little boy about age 5 said, mash 4, please. And they almost died. And that's what we say when we get on an elevator. Mash number 7 for me, please, will you? It's a good Southern word. If you don't use it, put it in your vocabulary.
Patrick, mash the right button so we get sound.
Mash the right button. What was wrong? We'll discuss it later. I'm not worried if they can hear us.
Plus, the pastor wasn't working with
Okay, we're going to start off with some questions. We have a lot of things in addition to having our Southern word of the week. We also have introduced show and tell, and usually the show and tell items are because of some questions that y'all asked. For example, someone wrote in and said, "What are those birds doing on the top of your desk?" And of course, they're not birds to us. This bird was on the top of my roll top desk. See it right here? That's an eagle. So that bird, if you want to call it a bird, that's the war eagle for Auburn right there. However, a much heavier bird right here, I don't even know if I can pick it up with my left arm, is the Elon University Phoenix. And that's sitting up there too, so I can see where you might lend yourself to say, what are all those birds doing on the top? Well, there they are, two of them that are up there. Don't let this one fall on my foot. It will hurt. And then somebody had the nerve, or I kind of liked it, to write this week and say, when I did my pop-up, I just went downstairs because I have learned to do the pop-up invitations by myself. I don't have to have Patrick come over for those. I do them sitting at my desk. And the first time Tony and I did a show from my office, we cleaned it up the best we could. But it's been what, Tony, 3 weeks? About 3 weeks since then. Tony, are you awake?
Somebody said the sound was out again, Patrick. Is that a problem?
No.
Hopefully not. Okay.
No. Okay, thanks. But 3 weeks ago, we cleaned it up, and now it's in. So somebody wrote and said yesterday, for Pete's sake, Jeannie, clean up your office. And I wanted to show y'all, this is the Gary Larson, The Far Side. Everybody remembers it. I've had this in my office for probably 40 years. It's a crumpled up picture of one of his cartoons. And there are two rats sitting in a room, and the room's all torn up and the pictures are askew. And the man rat is sitting reading the paper in the chair, and he's got a snarl on his face. And the woman rat has her hands on her hips, and she evidently had said to him, you need to clean this place up. And his answer was, clean it up, criminy. It's supposed to be a rat hole. Well, that's kind of the way it is with my office. It's supposed to look like that. I'm very happy when I'm in that office, whether it's messed up, not messed up, or what. And you've noticed some pictures around the room, so I brought two to show you this time, because I think I mentioned these two people that day when we were on the live show. These deal with basketball. Some of you said, what were your sports? What do you and Left Brain do? Basketball. We're all very interested in basketball. He got his way paid to college because of basketball, and being an unusually tall young woman, it helped me a whole lot. This is a picture with me. Patrick, can you see that? You might have to take it. With my hands across somebody's mouth. There it is, right there. That is Jim Valvano for all of the people in the ACC. He was quite a storyteller. He was an excellent speaker. And of course, he was at NC State and won a national championship. We were there, although we're not State fans. I was speaking to the coaches' wives. Somebody get the phone. But this is a high class show, isn't it? It's probably somebody calling to tell us. I had trouble with the sound right at first. Okay, well, we'll just stop that for right now, and we will go on. You know, we plan and work on this thing. Why does this just fall apart? All right, I'm going to go on and give some presents. Don't you think that's a good idea? Or do you want to come and make an announcement, Tony, about if you win? Okay.
Let me go around the room.
Okay.
Come in stage right.
Stage right. Stage right means come in through the dining room. Okay. If you're on the show and you're just letting it ring, okay. Here's the first person that's going to win a prize.
Oh, okay. Well,
and I want you to tell them the problem we're having about the prizes. Yep. Mary Kathleen.
Mary Kathleen, no last name. And will win a book or a DVD or a CD if she'd rather have it. I don't know where to look. Over there. Okay. Yeah. Mary Kathleen needs to email me at Tony, TONI, at Jeanne, JEANNE, Robertson, no I in Jeannie, of course, to give me her address so I can send her the book.
Tony's put it up on screen.
Okay, there you go. So that we can send it to her. Jeannie gives away a lot of books, and I don't ever hear from everybody. So we can't give them away if we don't hear from you and know where you're to send your book or how you would like it signed, that type thing.
You know what this one can do? There could be 40 people that write and say, my name is Mary Kathleen.
That's right. There's probably more than one Mary Kathleen.
I'm going to draw another one.
Okay,
and this is
but
for
we
your
will
choice.
give her a prize.
All right, I'm rolling
do
around.
Another one? Okay.
I don't want anybody to think we got any planted ones. Here you go. And this prize goes to right here in the beginning, pulled up to, we'll have to give away two. This prize goes to Sue Jonas, Jonas, Love. Sue Jonas Love. Didn't say where she's from, and since we pulled out two, looks like, well, it's my birthday. I can give away.
I think it's Sue Jonas Love Jeanne Robertson stories.
Oh, okay. So
I don't think Love's her name, but it is written all together. Sue Jonas. Let's try that.
We are not drinking. I would like to make it clear that we are not. We should be. Probably should
That
be.
would give us an excuse.
All right, here's the third gift on my birthday weekend. Linda Caldwell Banfield. Looking forward to Saturday. Okay.
Okay. Linda Caldwell Banfield. Banfield is the last name. All right. Those three people will win.
Sue Jonas, love your work.
So
okay.
Okay. Email me, send me your address, tell me how you would like it signed, or if you just want it generically signed. If you've already bought a book, don't want a book, Jeannie has 9 DVDs and 9 CDs out there for sale too. We're happy to substitute one of those items for your book if you'd rather not have the book.
And they can also get Patrick's CD if they want.
Right.
to.
And we have Patrick's CD, Married Man, also available. Now, on the ordering books, I think everybody's figured it out now, but just in case, you go to JeanneRobertson.com and click on Humor Store, or you can just do, Patrick will pop this up there too, store, STORE, JeanneRobertson.com. That's the website of the actual ordering site. It is run by PayPal, and at a point when you're ordering, it says, click here for PayPal. And you have to click there. Yes, that's right. You have to click there in order to get to the next page. But once you're on that page, if you don't happen to have a PayPal account or don't want to use your PayPal account, you then have the option of using any of the 4 major credit cards. So I've had people who got held up there. They thought, oh, if I click that, I can't do it. I don't have PayPal. That won't matter. But you just have to know to keep going, and you'll be okay.
Can this be any more confusing?
No, it's really not, but it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to
we
the
make
questions.
it that way.
Thanks,
Okay.
Tony.
I'm
Tony's doing
leaving.
a great
I'm
job.
leaving.
Okay. Put that down
Bye.
because we got a guest coming,
That's right.
and I'm going to pull out a piece of paper. Here you go. This greetings is from Rockmart, Georgia. Rockmart, Georgia. Cindy Wheeler. It's just one of those days. Can you please tell us about meeting Elvis Presley? Well, Cindy, I'd be glad to, but I've never met Elvis Presley. I never even went to a concert. I didn't do anything, but maybe you heard another speaker that told a story about meeting Elvis Presley. We have a place in Burlington, North Carolina, where he came and ate, and they still have a sign that the high school here that our kids all went to, Walter Williams High School, he played a concert there in the 50s early, I'm sure. Okay, so I'm sorry, Cindy, but I've never met Elvis at all. And I'm going to go one day to Graceland. I don't think that would be fun to go to Graceland. Okay, here's another question. This is Ray, R-A-E, Ann O'Neill from Hartford City, Indiana. What has been your favorite garage sale find? I will save this question for about 10 minutes because somebody's coming in that participates with that. So this, we'll just change it around. Here's another question. Well, there you go. That was Sue Bornus, Bornus. It said, what's the eagle on the desk? And all of these type of things. So Sue, I've already answered that and put your name in there in case you might win a prize. Okay. Another question. We're on a roll now. Got a lot of things today. We got to keep going. Linda Glenn in Arizona. Tony, you're going to have to help me out on this because I can never get Arizona's time right. In Arizona, we are on standard time, so we are 3 hours behind you. Are they on standard time all the time?
Yes, they don't. I don't think Arizona goes to daylight. But and then when we go off of daylight, assuming we do in November 1st, they will then be on 2 hours different in Arizona.
Okay, well then I don't feel so bad about us being confused here.
I think that's right.
And the other is I was corrected by Tony this week. I kept saying on my Facebook post that we would be on Eastern Standard Time, EST. And you said, Jeannie, that's incorrect because until November 1st, we are Eastern Daylight Time. Is that correct, Tony?
That's correct. I noticed when we corrected that on the e-blast that went out, they just put Eastern Time.
Okay.
So
Well, you know,
we're not right.
thank you, Linda Glenn. I appreciate it. All right, that's that. And I will go back to these pictures. I showed you this picture that y'all had asked about on the wall, and that was Jim Valvano. And of course, Jim Valvano has passed away. He was hilarious. When they won the national championship and beat the Houston Phi Slamma Jamma, Left Brain and Beaver and I were there because I spoke. We are not particularly state fans, although we were pulling for him that day. But he was so excited that day. And then he became a great professional speaker. And one time I was honorary chairman of, I believe it was the Cancer Crusade for North Carolina. And he had been the year before. And he said the funniest thing to me, he said, do you professional speakers just hate me? And I said, I hate to say, I don't think they think about you. But I said, no, why? And he said, well, winning a national championship, I've had invitations to speak more than I could ever speak. He said, just tell your friends, I spent years speaking at camps and Catholic young people's I've paid my dues. And I thought it was interesting that he wanted me to know that he had paid his dues instead of just getting. But the other picture that I wanted to see that I mentioned when we were in our office, and I put it down here for show and tell, so let me pull it out. And this is, you almost want to go like this when you pull this out. And this is me with John Wooden, legendary coach, absolutely legendary coach that won so many games and was just such a class act. And I mentioned one time that there's a little bit of a pecking order sometime in the speaking business. And if you're the big keynote speaker like John Wooden would be, that doesn't mean that you necessarily go see all those smaller slots. And I was in a much smaller slot. And he came and he stayed and he watched my whole speech and he came up afterwards. So 4 or 5 years passed and I was at another convention in California. And he was the keynote speaker again. But I thought, I'm going to go down there and see if he might remember me. And I got up and I went down. I think he was going to be introduced around 8 o'clock. And I went down before 7. John Wooden was already down there checking his microphone and getting things in order. Not only did he say he remembered me, after he spoke that day, he took a seat in the audience and stayed through my whole speech. And people don't always do that. And this is when I went out in the audience and did something funny that I do with people. So you asked about those pictures. So I thought that might be interesting to do. And there, I saw something else that somebody sent back here because y'all know I'm not much of a cook, but one of them somebody sent me, it says, now I'll be honest, I had heard this, but it's cute. I only have a kitchen because it came with the house. That's cute. I had heard that before. These are in orange and blue. That's nice. But this one says, if I have to stir it, it's homemade. And I had not heard that one. So thanks for sending me these right here. I appreciate it. We'll go to a few more questions. Your questions, you can send them in right now on the computer. If I don't get them in time for today's program, of course, I might get them for next week. This is from Patrice Wells. And this is why I think you threw this in the bucket, Tony. She just put where she was from. I have spoken now for 57 years and traveled, and I just love to go all over the country and other countries too, of course. But sometimes I hear places. This lady is from, Tony, you lived in Tennessee a while. Chuckey, Tennessee. Chuckey, Chuckey, Tennessee. Oh, the real name is Charles. No. Okay. All right. Now let's see if we can get another one, and then we keep going right here. Okay. This is Carolyn Wood Pope. How did you get the idea to entertain us on your back porch? We all love it. Am I still here, Patrick? Okay. Well, guess what, Carolyn? I'm the one who loves it. We just wanted to do something live, and we thought we'll just do it during the COVID. A few weeks. It's like being on Neil Steele's radio show every Friday. I said, I'll do it. Yeah, sure, I'll do it. Probably 5 or 6 weeks till the COVID is over. So here we are 25 or 26 weeks later, and we didn't know where to do it. And we just said about in unison, well, why don't we do it on the back porch? And that's what we're doing. Got a question, Tony?
No, but Chuckey, Tennessee is apparently near Jonesboro. And you know Jonesboro well.
Jonesboro.
It must be very small. Someone on here, Gypsy, said her mom is from Chuckey.
Well, Jonesboro is where the International Storytelling Festival is. And Tony, how many times have I been there? 4 or 5? I can't remember.
Hope we get to do it again.
Our guest today went with me one time. Y'all have been with me. Yeah, that's great. All right, a couple more, and then Patrick, I want you to sing a song and tell them what you did this week. I'm envious. Patrick got to make a speech. See, for those of you who don't know, just like everything else, the speaking world, last March, nobody's having conventions and that people can crowd into. I've spoken at one meeting. They rented a ballroom down in Destin that seated 600, and we had they planned it 94 people. It was not easy for a humorist, but I had a good time. All right. This is Julie Ann Ott, OTT. This is the question for the back porch. Do you still have the Miss North Carolina crown? If so, can you wear it? Okay. My head got big. Okay. Always wear one on a Saturday. Julianne, you might not believe this. I don't have a crown. I had so many crowns that year, but what happened is my sister caught herself on fire. She was just a little girl, and she had to be in Duke Hospital a long time. And there was a set of twins down there, and one of the twins was very sick. And they were so excited because Miss North Carolina, it was that year, would come and visit her little sister and come in and see them, that I gave my crown. You can order them from the Miss America pageant. And I would hit it on the car door when I was getting in. I had on heels. I was about 6'4" with my heels, almost 6'5". And we wore the big heels, and I would hit it and it would bend. And so we'd order another one. It'd be about $35. They're beautiful things. And I would give it. Then when we gave it to that child, we realized how excited that made that child, that every month we'd order a new crown, and I'd give the crown I had to a child that it meant a lot to get the crown. The current crown in the Graham, North Carolina Museum is the only one that I didn't give to probably a child who needed a little special attention. It's the daughter of my manager from Wilson, and they let me borrow the crown back to put in the museum. Maybe I could just order one and put it on, but I don't have one here. I have everything else in the world, but I'll tell you what, if you'd seen the smile on those children's faces when we put the crown on their head, that was worth every minute of it. Last question before Patrick gets your guitar out. And I'll see what they say. I have a paper cutter, and I just plop, 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 plop these. This This question is for Norma Rose. I'm going to put that right there for now. Okay. Here's one right here. Question. Did the baton twirler win her pageant? What a great story. It is a great story. It's one of my favorite stories to tell, and it's kind of a trademark story with me in the speaking profession and among meeting planners. She did not win, but just telling the story, I know that wherever she is and what she did, she's a winner because she could think on her feet. The other thing is that I don't tell the town in eastern North Carolina where the story happened. I just leave that off. But when I describe the elementary school auditorium, you would be surprised how many people come up to me and say, I know you didn't say the town, but Jeannie, I recognize that it's my town. The thing is, it's everybody's town from that era. All right, Patrick, you got to speak this week. I'm jealous. You spoke to an HR group in what 2 states?
I did. I did a virtual presentation for an HR group. Oh, look at my legs. I should have worn long pants.
What's the difference with this show today?
New Hampshire and Vermont. New Hampshire, Vermont HR conference. And
virtual?
Virtual. So we were set up in front of the green screen, and I spoke and then answered questions, and it was
tell them where the green screen is.
A lot like this, but I got paid money for it.
Okay, no, I did. Well,
so
I was going to give you a big tip till the sound didn't come in.
I know, I can't believe that happened. But did you notice how fast I fixed it?
I know it. That's all that matters. Now, is that going to work for you there, or you want me to do this holding thing again?
Why don't you hold that mic towards me?
Okay, and I heard you say when you got back that you sang your HR song. HR, of course, stands for Human
Resources.
Okay,
yeah.
So you sang the HR song. It was an HR conference.
Yeah.
And then you invited them to watch this show today. So if they're still watching today.
Our friends from Vermont and New Hampshire are watching. I'd love to hear from you. But this is a song I wrote.
You told me to do it. Okay.
I speak to a lot of SHRM groups. SHRM stands for Society of Human Resource Management. And so I wrote this song. It's a parody song from an old REM tune. But I think if any of y'all have ever worked in HR, you may recognize some of this.
Or if you've ever worked with a person who is head of HR.
That's great, my day started running late. Headache, barely awake. That's okay, I'm not afraid. Got a meeting with legal, morning interview, conducting a training class, all on Zoom, putting out fires, new hires, walking on a tight wire. Got a hunch, no lunch, gotta get through the crunch. HIPAA, FERPA, OSHA is killing me, acronym overload, don't forget your EOC. Hurry, gotta scurry, cause I got the boss's fury breathing down my neck. FCRA, CCPA, EPA, EPPA, ADA, COBRA, got more A's in Canada. Social science, compliance, serving all our corporate clients. 100 balls in the air, dance through it like Fred Astaire. Healthcare plan, safe workplace, benefits, IRAs, right? Right. It's a day in HR as we know it. It's a day in HR as we know it. It's a day in HR as we know it. Now be fine.
All right.
That's for all my HR friends out there.
Good. Thank you. And now they know you have a double life.
That's right.
To helping. All right. We have a special guest today. She's waiting in what we call the wings. Would you please come in, my bestest friend, Norma Rose. Yay! Norma Rose. Been sitting over there. Wait, I'm coming. Okay.
Greetings, everybody.
I know.
And all of Jeannie's friends.
Hey.
I know her birthday is Monday, but I want to come celebrate today. And I brought cards.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
And I brought something I found at my
Let me
thrift
see
shop.
that. Let me see that.
And this is going to be part of your birthday present.
My God, where'd you get this? Life is better when you're laughing. I've never seen that.
I know. And I found it at my
In a thrift shop. What'd you pay for it?
49. That's all
49 cents.
I'm not just.
Do you see this, y'all?
I need to wipe it off. It's been perspiring here. But anyway, I saw it and thought, that is perfect
I need that. I need that today. Life is better when you're laughing. I agree with it.
It's a great,
Is this my tea?
yes, and I fixed you some tea, and
Well,
we'll put this
There
away.
goes Left Brain's
Tea.
cup. We almost hit those 2 cups together and broke them right here.
Well, don't you break them.
Well, can I tell you something, Norma Rose? We had a question. We had 2 questions for you.
Oh, I hope I know the answer.
Let me tell you why we put together that pound cake. We thought that would be easy to do. It took us 5.5 hours. We left
I
out
didn't
one
think
of
it's gonna be
them.
easy.
Well, I thought it was. So, but it wasn't. That's Elvis Presley. This is it. I tucked it under here. And it said, do you know the number of people on this board who wrote after that came out? Because I told everybody about the fact that Mother, when she wanted to know if the pound cakes or anything was done, she pulled out a broom that she had been sweeping the floor with, and broke off a straw, turned the tops in, just maybe she wiped it off, but I don't know, and stuck the straw down in there. I thought we were just lucky to be alive.
Mm-hmm.
The number of people that wrote and said, my mother did the same thing.
Yeah, and my mother used a toothpick.
But we want to go all the way down in there. So she put that whole broom straw right down. Let us know if I can't believe people did that. Do you think they still do that? I guess so.
Yeah,
You know why, if they do it? Because Mama did it that way. They don't do it anymore. Why?
People use Swiffers now.
Swiffer. Oh God, no, they don't. Okay, and then somebody asked this question a while ago, and I wanted you to be out here when I answered it. Jeannie, this is Ray Ann O'Neill from Hartford City, Indiana. What has been your favorite garage sale find?
Yours.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Norma Rose, Jane Tucker, and I were in Tennessee. Mm-hmm. Coming over that mountain, and we stopped to get some gas, and I just said casually to the man, is there a flea market or an antique store near this gas station? And he said, just keep going down this side road. And we did. And we went in there. We found a lot of stuff in flea markets. Jewelry, Jane's coming to decorate me. Jewelry, gorgeous things you just wouldn't believe. And you found that one necklace in Bristol. We had walked by it, and you bragged about it forever. And I left y'all, and I said, I'll see you at the checkout. I'm going to go to the ladies' room. And I was walking down a row, and I didn't even break stride. I never stopped. You know what it was? Mm-hmm. And I reached over. I just walked by it, and I picked up to see if I can pick this fella up. Bless his little heart. He's not alive. That's good. I don't think I can get it up.
That thing bites you.
Huh?
That thing bites you.
This bite would bite me. But I saw this tiger and immediately thought, Auburn tiger. I didn't look at the price. It was $20. I didn't look at the price. I just picked it up and kept going. And then when I came out and went up to the counter, you saw me coming with it. And what did you say?
I said, I want that.
I know it.
Because that's the Clemson tiger.
I know. And so then right there at the place where you pay for it, we started tugging over this tiger. And I thought you got a little bit testy about it. No,
I wanted it, but I've gotten over it.
Okay. He hadn't gotten over it. And guess what? I'm not giving it to you today. He goes
You just
back.
leave home.
Oh my gosh, did I break his tail? No, he's going back into the game room. But
don't break it.
I'm not going to break it.
You can have it now.
Oh yeah. I can. Oh my gosh, I've broken off his rear end. You can have it. No, but I've just never seen. We always have a rule when we are shopping. The first one who sees it is the one who can buy it. That's why when we go inside, we go 3 ways. Because everybody's hustling to find something they want the others haven't seen yet. Because if you walk up 3 of you at the same time, then it could possibly be that, no, you go ahead. I think you saw it first. I saw it first. But we don't do it that way. We split up fast.
Right.
And so that, of all the jewelry we bought, the junk stuff, pictures, everything, that's my favorite thing. So that answers your question right there. Ray Ann O'Neill. What else you got in there?
Oh, I got a big birthday card. I have to put my mic
for me.
I have a birthday card. And I know how you do not like to water things, plants,
No.
and flowers and things. So I just thought I would give you this card, and you can just.
Well, I'll be darned. It's a pop up. It's a pop up.
It fits with your yard stuff, and you can just.
How do you unpop it?
You have to just pop it in here, pull this thing back out here, and it'll collapse. But anyway, we'll work on it.
You know, you can't get it to collapse. You're just talking.
No, I can sit over here while you're talking and work on this.
Okay.
Look.
She did
You
it.
can put it in your luggage and take it to your room and have flowers all the time. Okay, it's hard with all this in my hand, but so you don't have to water it or anything.
Okay, that is really cute.
And you can pack it.
You know,
But it's
who was the lady that sent the martini flowers? The Exum. Molly Exum. Blumentines. When I broke my femur, and you know there were flowers all around the room, and they died.
Boy,
And then they fell off, and she sent something and said these won't die, and so she made these flowers, and that was really cute. She still does that, I think. This is darling. Where'd you get
that's
that?
your card. It's just part of your birthday, but you know it is 77, and you know what I thought about. You go
No, excuse me.
Excuse me.
No way.
Well, if you keep on having them, you go catch a plague.
That's true.
But
You're older.
But I know some things you don't know.
You don't get a lot of no ways when you're the youngest one in the room.
Right.
Oh, thanks.
So,
Well,
But-
not that year.
but what it reminded me of when I saw that, I thought of 7-7. You remember when we went Vegas?
Oh, yeah.
And we went there.
Excuse me a minute. Don't go to Vegas without a Baptist.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was very unfamiliar to me, of course, but I remember very vividly seeing 777, and I thought about that as you were turning. This is going to be your 77, and it's going to be good. Seven is a good number.
I don't think I'm going to live to be 777, but I'm the 77. We had somebody that wrote this week, and that person said, what'd y'all do with the money? How much money did you win? For those of you who don't see it, you might want to watch this clip. Everybody loves the clip. Don't go to Vegas without
It was
a
a great trip.
because you kept saying, if you want to gamble, you go ahead. That doesn't bother me. But you're a Methodist, you can gamble. But you know I'm a Baptist and we don't gamble. And I thought, have they told all of them yet? I've seen some of them in there. And it was a great story. We hit that jackpot. And it has one of my favorite lines. It says, it's the quickest I've ever seen a Christian change denominations. Norma Rose sat down at that slot machine, a good Southern Baptist, and within a few minutes jumped up on Episcopalian. And what people don't know is, I may have told it way back, but after 26 shows, I'm confused. When I told the story, Norma Rose said, Jeannie, now, you know, you always tell these stories and you say you don't stretch them or anything like that, but I didn't become an Episcopalian. We became a Methodist. We left the Baptist church and we became Methodist. So I don't know why you wouldn't say she jumped up a Methodist. And I said, well, let me explain it to you, Norma Rose. The word Episcopalian is funnier than the word Methodist. And she said, I don't understand. I still don't understand. I said, then I think then why don't you just become an Episcopalian? You didn't think that was funny. So tell them a little bit about when we tried to do this cake a couple of weeks ago. It just didn't come out right. Cooking shows. I have a new respect for cooking shows.
Yeah, I wasn't really excited about it anyway, but you know, I wanted to help you because you needed some help. I knew, and I was afraid you'd burn the house down or something. But what I didn't talk to you about, I left that day thinking about this. I walked in there in the kitchen, and there was Jeannie in this mixing bowl it was yellow, and she was matching it. You were matched up with the mixing bowl. You hadn't told me about this. I was matching the floor.
I didn't even know you were really coming.
Well, I know. But anyway.
We changed the date so you wouldn't be here. And you found out.
And you were matching. She had this mixing bowl and she's all dressed up matching. So when you go use a red bowl, I'd like to tell me what kind of bowl.
Well, Norma Rose cooks. And that day, it's amazing what y'all pick up on that we say. And we just having a good time here. But I said, I only have 3 recipes. And this is one of them.
I believe that.
Well, now they want to know what are the other 2 recipes, and am I going to do those? Y'all, the kitchen was full of flour. Patrick, how long? 5.5 hours to tape that story that day?
It was something.
It was a while.
You are very nice. Thank you very much. It was just an unbelievable situation because I didn't have the kind of a counter that you need if you're on a cooking show. And then I left out one of the ingredients and had all that. And people have asked.
I told you to keep that recipe. Oh, I know my recipe. I wrote it. I can do this.
Can anybody tell us what ingredient she left out?
So many people have told
Okay,
me,
which one?
And you need to clarify it probably now because most people
Okay.
say it because they some are worried about it.
We had the gallon jug of vanilla flavoring, which is a large thing.
Right.
So we put the camera on that. But then we went on and put some in, but I didn't say that I put in vanilla flavoring. But then Patrick came back and put, I mean, it was just a mess.
But when I tasted it, I thought you had it in there.
Well, and I did not know that you were putting your finger in the batter. And how can you, sir? The HIPAA people will get us. Is it HIPAA? Who's going to get us with her putting her fingers all in the batter? Not HIPAA, but who would it be?
The COVID folk might have a few
the
things.
COVID folks might have. See, we're sitting apart from me. Oh.
But what I was so excited about that day after I got here and saw what was going on, that I had an appointment.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to help clean up. I said, good luck. Goodbye.
I don't really have a response for that because
y'all, I left.
I felt that you should help me clean up.
I was so glad.
Patrick, don't you think she should help me clean up?
No.
I think I had an appointment too that
I know
day.
it. I mean, y'all just bailed on me. But if y'all enjoy it, that's fine. There's a difference between taking a clip that you use at an audience and they're laughing. And then you just take the clip out and you see people laughing. But when you do a clip here at home, like we've done 4 since COVID started, Patrick, there's no laughter. There's no people. There's nothing. I really like an audience. I cannot wait to start traveling.
There's laughter. It's just you and me, though.
Oh, I know it's just 2 people and bringing the camera. And but you did help, and I appreciate it.
Well, it was. I'm glad it's over. Don't do it again.
I don't have but 2 more recipes. I can't do it again.
Okay,
I was
but
going to
it's
show
fun.
you what I got from Linda Harris and let's see. So I think Sandy Elder, because I mentioned that day that I didn't have to have a sifter because I used, what was that piece of equipment? A strainer, and just beat my hand on it, just sift it. It's the same thing. But I said,
Well, I
maybe
could
I
use
get
one
one
of
for
those.
Christmas. What?
I could use one of those.
Well, they sent them to me.
Well, is her name Linda?
Linda, and
Could you
no,
write-
but there's a sifter for a big cake. And then look at this
Oh,
cute
no.
little thing
So
that
you plan
Sandy
on
sent.
keeping both of them?
This is and I'm still wondering what to do about that necklace over there too.
I know.
Because the lady sent some necklaces. Well, the lady sent the necklaces. Tony's sitting over there with them, and we were here before we knew Norma was coming. And I looked, she wrote Jeannie on a box. And Tony said, does she have have Tony on a box? And I said, no, says Jeannie. And then another box, and I opened it up. And then she said, look, this one has Norma on it. And we opened it up, and I liked yours better.
Well, I'll let you use it, but I
liked yours a lot
to show
better.
Appreciation that she sent it to me.
Bring your necklaces over here, Tony.
Mhm.
I've
the best one.
I feel like, I don't know. We'll start throwing some more prizes right here. Hey, y'all, I see your
also,
comments.
Jeannie, I brought you some brownies.
Your good brownies?
Well,
The
brownies.
best brownies in the world.
I came home tired, and I made them yesterday.
Just
and
give me a brownie.
I got so smart.
Okay.
I didn't look at the recipe. I just did it by memory.
And in case y'all are interested, she brought it over on a little flow blue platter.
Yes, this
Okay,
is my
all right.
flow blue
This is a
platter.
gorgeous necklace. Look at this necklace right here. A silver necklace and clip-on earrings. And that's for me. That's absolutely gorgeous. That's Linda Harris, I think. And then I opened up this, and it is fall. And look at it's got black and brown and
I'm gonna wear that when Jane comes.
As Norm would say, oh, look at there.
Look at there.
Look at
there. Okay, Jane will be here tomorrow. And she could not come a day early to be on the show. She really couldn't. She has to
I'm
be
glad.
somewhere tonight. She's coming tomorrow, and so we'll be doing some shopping and looking around. But one of the necklaces had Norma on it, but we'll discuss it when the show's over. Okay. All right. Let me give some more prizes.
There's my napkin.
All right. Here we go.
Look.
Going to give a prize to, what time is it? How much more time do we have? I don't want to. Okay, good. Okay. See, somebody's doing too much chopping up. Judy Beckett Jones. This is my favorite story, but we don't know which story. But that's okay because it came
Vegas.
somewhere.
I would say Vegas.
It doesn't matter because this is for her to win a prize. You get the name, Tony? Judy Beckett Jones. I got the piece of paper. There you go. Another prize. We'll get back to your questions right here.
Don't forget all your goodies here.
I'm not.
We're celebrating your birthday. Don't forget.
My birthday.
I'm not coming Monday.
Carla L. Slocum, Slocum. You could sit there and knit a hit, and we would love it. Okay. Oh, maybe the knitting in the what to do during a quarantine.
We don't knit.
We don't knit anymore, but I used to cross stitch, but my eyes. Okay, but she's going to win her choice of something from me, Patrick, Stevie, anything she wants. So that's Carla L. Slocum. Let's ask a few more of your questions and see if we can be charming with the answers. Here we go.
Oh,
Where is it?
Can you read that?
Wish I could drink new comments. Mm-mm.
No. Look at the screen, not the comments.
Are you making your audio book yet? Oh, yeah. Whew, let's tell them about it. Patrick and I, after investigating everywhere, and there's a man named Ian, I-A-N Walker, who posted and said he is a person who's a reader, that he had a better name than that, for audiobooks. Narrator. And he said, it is not as easy as you think it's going to be. Well, Patrick and I have found that out. But we went to all the places and they said they could hire people like Ian Walker. But we said, I think it ought to be in my accent. So we started and we're in there every day and we do so many stories a day.
We're recording it ourselves and it's going to be available soon.
Well, how soon?
How many have you done?
Of the stories? We're in section 3.
We're a fourth of the way through.
Okay. And we just started this week and then I lost my voice. That didn't help much, did it? When it didn't do that, but it's coming back now. But we just thought there was someone, I think he's in the bucket. Somebody said, my husband is blind and we are waiting on this book. And that's exactly why we're doing this book. So we need,
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So for those listening who are interested in an audio book, I'd like to hear how you'd like to receive it, because we're talking about downloading, but also possibly creating CDs. So why don't you just comment on how you prefer to listen to an audiobook, on a CD or download it to your device?
And we found out we don't want to sacrifice, what am I trying to say? We don't want to sacrifice quality, but it's very expensive to do this and pay people like Ian. And so we've gotten some equipment. We're equipment heavy, and we listen back to, and Patrick, I think it's going to be fine. It's going to be great. And I can ad lib and add things.
You got a great engineer.
Oh, no, I do. We have a great engineer. So y'all probably remember that I, 3 years ago, Left Brain and I took our son Beaver's bedroom and made it into a closet. The whole bedroom is now a closet, and I just love it. And it's sort of a vacuum, and clothes are all around you. And that turned out to be the best place to record this book. And we're all set up in there. And Leslie was over here the other night. That's Patrick's wife. And she said, I never have seen this closet, but I hear y'all are up in there. I'd like to see the closet, please. And then she went in there, and now she wants to do a room in y'all's house just like it.
Cost me a lot of money.
I know it. Okay. Here he is. I love seeing you're finding your way with technology, learning the Southern difference between fixing and cooking or preparing a meal was fun. And now you know about mashed. The truth is that although we had one son, Beaver, we always had kids in the house. And then when his grandchildren came along, their grandsons, they started at age 10 coming to Elon University to basketball camps, day camp. And before long, they started bringing friends. And by the time Gray was coming, he started at age 10. He brought 5 other little boys from Cumming, Georgia, 6 kids to stay in our house for the week. And we loved it. And we'd take them over and they would play basketball all day. You know about your husband was athletic director. And then you'd go pick them up, and then they would come and they want to do things here. And then after a while, we knew they were getting hungry. And the joke was they thought if they were waiting on me to fix supper, they were backing up. And so after a while, I'd say, are y'all about ready to eat? And they would just say, yes, ma'am, and run to the car as fast as they could. So that answers that one. We got a couple of more. Let's see what we got here. Norma, thank you for coming. People like you. You're dressed up again.
Well, I just had to put on long pants because it's getting cold out.
What kind of pants are those?
They're just good pants. They
No,
got
they're
zippers
not.
in the back and up the
zippers
top.
everywhere.
Everywhere. Just, but it's comfortable.
And where do you get most of your clothes? I want to know.
Well, I think this came from TJ Maxx, but just a lot of thrift stores.
See, they
really.
can't fit me.
I know, but you keep looking. I was in Blowing Rock and found a great thrift shop, and I just got some real nice things for $1.50.
Well, you dress down today, really. You usually come in with about 10 bracelets and
but
necklaces.
I remember I paid $1.50 for a couple things, and I got to find them, but they were good. $1.50.
She comes in over, look what I got. Look what I found. It's $1.50. It's $2. And I just, and I go in, and of course, they're always too short for me. Okay. Rexine, Brauchle. I'm glad you're going to read the book yourself. It wouldn't be the same with somebody else. Thank you. We've made the right decision, Patrick, but we sort of
I thought maybe I could read one story. Please.
There's several stories about.
I need some money. Could I read one? Just one.
Oh, now we're getting into the paying. If we were getting paid, we'd want everything to work just right. Let me see if I have anything about my college roommate was from Macon, Georgia, and she sounds like you. Doris Hartley. Well, okay, Doris, I appreciate that. That's just a question. It's not a prize. We'll come back in here. Pieces of paper, they're all folded up. That takes a little while, and I love doing it. What is this one? Angela Young. No question. I just wanted you to know I finished your book. Oh, she said I won it. It was fabulous. I did find one typo.
Oh my.
And I didn't circle it. Oh, we know where it is. We know exactly where it is. Don't tell them. Do not tell them. Because the first edition came out and something happened at the printers and it wrapped around, and some pages Norma had three different numbers on them, page numbers. It was very confusing. And some people wanted them for collector's editions, first edition collectors, because I jokingly said, well, maybe they'll become collectors. But of course, the second edition is out now, and they are, there still is one typo that we have found in it, and we left it there. We found it, and we could have corrected it, because in the beginning of the book, I say, for all of you left brain people out there, there is a typo or a punctuation error, and look for it. Have fun. That would make left brain so happy to find things like that. All right, that goes that one down in there. Let's see who this is. I hope I'm answering enough of your questions. Hi, Jeannie. Have a good evening from Lower Michigan, down by the wrist. Well, okay, that comes from the story, Hand It to Michigan. Michigan is like a hand.
Mm-hmm.
And so now she's saying she's from down here near the lower wrist. Well, guess what? North Carolina is like an arm. And we live right in the middle. And the mountains are over here, and then the beach and all over here, or vice versa. I'm not sure which was. I'll have to look in the mirror. It doesn't matter. We'll just let it go. All right, here's another question. And this is that's Angela and her typo. Okay. And then this is okay. Now I want to talk to you too about the shows. Pamela Ripley Ensley, Ensley. When you do decide to retire from public speaking at conventions and theaters, please know that was nice of you to add, Paul. But do you think you will continue your back porch talks? And what else would you like to do? What would you do for fun? I'm a lucky person. I love what I do. And it stands right now that we still have 4 shows on the book in October in Newberry, South Carolina. And what they've done is they added a show, and then they are cutting the audiences in half because, of course, COVID. You have to do all these special things. And we have Sumter, South Carolina in November. Maybe they're just looser in South Carolina than other places.
Are there still tickets available?
There's some tickets available, I think. What?
Apparently, someone said earlier they were almost sold out.
Okay. By sellout now, though, y'all, a sellout is half full, about a third. And so, but that's, that's fine with me. I'd love to get back on the road, and my friends would like for me to get back on the road also.
Mm-hmm.
Left, right, everybody would like for me to get back on the road. I've said this before about my professional speaking, about retiring. I love it so much, it would be hate to give it up. However, I am a professional, and worse would be to be on stage and have people whispering to each other and saying, you should have heard her when she was really good. So I have Tony over there. I've got Patrick. You might have to be on that. I know Norma Rose and Left Brain. People are going to tell me when I'm not earning the money that they pay me to come out there, I will have to stop. It'll be a sad day. I'll be out on the sidewalk in Burlington and Graham trying to make money.
Should be over here talking to herself.
You've already been out on the sidewalk at the beginning of the pandemic.
I know at the pandemic, I just pulled a chair out there every day and sat at the end of my sidewalk. I met so many people in my own hood. It was great. I know they wonder what happened to me. I got tired of taking that chair all that way. Okay, Martha Johnson. When is Jane coming back for the fashion store? Remember, we said I'm going to put on all black, and then we'll have the trays with the jewelry we bought, because I have nothing against real jewelry. Trust me, but you don't really need it, and we can find it. And she's going to decorate me up several times during the show with clothes, but she's coming tomorrow. But then she has to be at her high school college reunion in at the beach, so she won't be here but a few days, but she's coming back.
Well, when she's putting it back on you, if it's not as pretty as y'all thought it was, I'll take it.
I know what you're
So you say, well, that's just not as pretty as we
I
thought.
thought it was
So
going to
I'm
be
going
better.
to have a little box.
Y'all remember now that Norma Rose, I finally got Patrick to take me to DeLand, Florida, when I broke my femur for a speech. I wanted to get back into speaking, and Tony said she would, and then she backed out. And then because it snowed, she was going to. Norma's the one that said, I can do you. I can imitate you. Drive you where? DeLand, Florida? For what? A speech? You going to give another speech? How long will it take us to get down there? And this is one of the funniest things I've ever heard you say. And I said, well, it's going to take 10 and a half hours to get down there, Norma Rose, and 10 and a half to get back. I said, Lord have mercy. It'll take me 23 or 24 hours, because don't you remember, Jeannie, when I'm out on the interstate, I don't merge.
But since then, I worked on this, because when we came from Savannah, I
That's right.
merged.
That's right.
I've been
When the
really
car was
practicing it, and I was going too fast too.
Okay, well, okay.
But
Well,
I
I
just-
think we're about time to wrap this up, wouldn't y'all say? Do I have time to give another prize or wrap it up? Wrap it up. It's 1:00. Well, y'all, if you if you think it looks confused, you ought to be here on the porch. See, if you've got any ideas, we've got some guests coming up. I didn't want to say some great guests coming up because I
Right.
appreciate you coming over today. We have some guests coming up in a few weeks. They're just trying to get which week they're going to come and get all that straight. And if you have any ideas, some people said, how do we get to sit on the porch? How do we do this? Give us ideas. We're looking for ideas and things to do. I'll be back next week with some more show and tells. And if you've got a question and want to see something that you saw in the office or in the house or whatever. Oh, you brought me sunflowers, and that right there is my birthday candle. But don't light it.
Celebrate big, and I got some more stuff in the kitchen too for your birthday. But I'm not bringing it down.
Well, y'all have a great week, and whatever you do, keep laughing.
And happy birthday, Jeanne.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, 77.
No way.
No way.
77.
She's a heck of a lot of fun, Jeanne Robertson. Oh, she's a heck of a lot of fun, Jeanne Robertson.